Now, good morning, all of you. So today I'm here with the next lecture of your subject, that is the artificial intelligence. So hope you all are doing well at your end and you are keeping safe yourself and your family. So last time also we did the chapter of planning. Now the new topic of the AI, that is uncertainty. The topic for today is uncertainty. Now, now the question is again that why we are going to do this topic of uncertainty in the AI. Why we are going to study this topic. So the main thing, as you know, what is the basic aim of AI? The basic objective of AI. The basic objective of AI is to develop a machine which does all the thing which at present human does better. So with this objective, we have to make a machine that perform all the activities, that can perform all the activities which at present are performed better by the human being. Means we want to inculcate the expertise of the human in a machine. So that is the basic objective of AI. So if we say that machine should perform like a human, then it should get or engulf all the activities that the human does. And one of the important thing that the human is dealing in its life is uncertainty. So this aspect of the uncertainty is always present in a human. Human being is uncertain about many things in its life, or we can say the life of the human being is also uncertain. Human does not know how long he is going to live. Now, there are different types of uncertainty the human is dealing, and there is are different methods to deal with the uncertainty. So, this we will discuss in today's topic, that what are different types of uncertainty and what are the different techniques through which we are dealing the uncertainty. So, up till now, what I have said, if anybody have joined late, that the uncertainty is an important aspect of the human life. So we have to see how human is dealing with the uncertainty and what is the technique through which uncertainty is handled. You just rise up in the morning, get up in the morning, but there are many things which were uncertain today. That whether suppose if you get little bit late and you come to your bus stop, you are moving from your house, but you are uncertain because you are already late, that you will miss the bus or you will get the bus. So it is a simple type of uncertainty. Looking at, so sometimes you today is, if there is very hot or something else of weather, you are uncertain about the weather. What is the weather tomorrow? Whether it will rain or what the thing will be, it will be sunny. So we are uncertain with many different types of items or things or the activities. So how you deal with the uncertainty? So this is the question I thrown upon you, and you tell me up till now you have different. Suppose your result is there. You are uncertain about whether you will get 85% marks or not, or certain percent of marks, and some are uncertain whether they will get pass or not. So uncertainty is always there. Now let me ask you one question: how you deal with the uncertainty? So let me ask one by one. Dipinder Singh. Dipinder Singh, unmute yourself.
Yes, sir.
Dipinder, do you agree that in human life, we deal with uncertainty almost every day? One
Yes,
or
sir.
other type of uncertainty?
Yes, sir.
Tell me, in last week, have you came to any type of uncertainty in the last week? पिछले हफ्ते से लेके अभी तक, have you got any type of uncertainty? Have you dealt with any type of uncertainty, or
सर
were you
जैसे
uncertain about any event?
सर जैसे मेरा मंडे को लेक्चर था हैना का,
You have to
तो
speak little bit loudly.
जैसे सर हमारा लेक्चर था मंडे को हैना का, तो उसका
Okay.
टाइमिंग 2 बजे का था आफ्टरनून का, लेकिन
Okay.
सर ने पहले एक मीटिंग रख दी, वो उसकी पहले डिटेल नहीं बताई थी, सिर्फ 10 मिनट पहले बताया था हमें कि जैसे 11 साढ़े 11 बजे आपका मतलब मीटिंग ऐसा है करके।
Okay. So till
जी
the
सर।
time you were uncertain, to what, how you were thinking of dealing with this uncertainty? How you
यस
dealt
सर।
with this uncertainty?
यस सर, थोड़ा मेरा वो प्लानिंग था, मैंने कहीं बाहर जाना था, तो फिर मुझे वो कैंसिल करना पड़ा।
नहीं नहीं, suppose you do not know the time of the paper, suppose exact time, तो
यस
suppose you are thinking कि वो 11 बजे भी हो सकता है and it can be at 2 also, ठीक है?
यस सर।
But this type of uncertainty is there. Now how you will deal with this type of uncertainty?
सर फिर वेट ही करना पड़ेगा।
अच्छा, वेट करोगे, 11 बजे भी आप लॉग इन करके देखोगे और 2 बजे भी?
यस सर।
ओके, अच्छा, तो let me ask some other student now. Mahima, unmute yourself.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, sir. Yes, sir.
Mahima, you also tell, in the last week or month, have you ever been to any uncertain event?
Um, um, yes, sir.
Tell me.
Everyone usually face some uncertain event. I was like uncertain about attending the class in the previous week
Okay.
because my time was clashing with some other class, so that's why.
So how you deal with the uncertainty?
I put one class on the recording and attended other class.
Okay. So it is now my open question to all of you. So you come across different types of uncertainty. Now tell me the technique or logic through which you deal with the uncertainty. Anybody can raise the hand. Any concept of dealing the uncertainty? Have you ever studied any concept of dealing with the uncertainty? You may raise your hand. Yes, Manbeen is there. Yes, Manbeen.
Hello, sir. Good morning. Good
morning.
afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Sir, last week I came across some uncertain news regarding the expire of my known. So I dealt it with the practice of acceptance. I should accept that fact.
Okay. No. It was not an uncertain because the demise has already occurred.
Yes.
So it is not an uncertain thing.
But sir,
because that
I
event has
wasn't.
already occurred and you got the news that this event has taken place.
But according to me,
uncertainty will be you got the telephone and the telephone, the message is that he is fighting with the last breath. So then
yes.
it may be the uncertain, but you got the
Yes.
news that the demise has already occurred. So it is not an uncertain now.
Yes, sir. Few days ago from the demise, I actually heard about this news, uncertain thing that that person is not well. He's on his deathbed.
Okay.
So, and then like it
Now,
was a acceptance part.
now all the students, one more question to you. You have done one concept in mathematics already. You all have done one concept in mathematics. One chapter you have done, one topic you have done in mathematics. Can anybody can guess what is that topic? So that is one way of dealing with the uncertainty. Anybody can guess? You all have done that topic. This is Dipinder, I think so. Yes, Dipinder.
Sir, probability?
Yes, it is probability. So you can deal with the uncertainty with the help of probability. Okay. So probability is the one concept through which you can deal the uncertainty. So suppose if I have to go somewhere tomorrow. So I have a choice of either go through a car or a two-wheeler. So if the probability of rain is more, so we see if the probability of rain is there, then we will go through the four-wheeler, that is the car. But if the probability is less, then only we can go through the two-wheeler. So probability is the one thing of dealing with the uncertainty. All the weather forecasting is all dependent upon a probability theory or the probability theorem. So this is the one method of dealing with the uncertainty. So under this concept, you will do one topic that is known as the Bayes theorem, which is in your syllabus. Bayes theorem. So Bayes theorem is the theorem which help us to deal with the uncertainty through the concept of probability. Through the concept of probability. Now, in very short, I will tell you what is different types of probability. Probability basically can be unconditional, and second, it can be conditional. So what is unconditional probability and the conditional probability? Unconditional means occurrence of any event, whether the event will occur or not. So it is standalone event and it does not depend upon any other event. The occurrence of event, if the occurrence of any event does not depend upon another event, then it is known as the unconditional probability. And the conditional probability is the occurrence of one event, how much it depends upon if other event has already occurred. So one event has already occurred. Suppose event B has already occurred. Now, what is the probability that event A will also occur? So that is known as the conditional probability. And the Bayes theorem is dependent upon conditional. It is dependent upon a conditional probability. So this is the basic concept on which the Bayes theorem is dependent. So it tells about what is the chances of occurrence of one event if another event has already occurred. Now suppose you are sneezing today. Anybody is sneezing? So after looking at the sneezing means छींक मारना, उसको बार बार sneeze कर रहा है, तो what is the probability that he may get fever because it is sneezing very bad? So that is if that person, now we see what is the probability that this person who is sneezing very badly will get the fever today or tomorrow. So this type of occurrence of an event dependent upon the another event, that is known as the conditional probability. Suppose you go to any mall or any place and you purchase eggs. Now, what is the probability of purchasing the bread also? So the whole theory, because this concept works very well in mall. Therefore, you see, when they organize the items, they organize in such a way that where the bread is placed, nearby jam is also placed, eggs are also placed, butter is also placed. So there is the more probability that if anybody is purchasing a bread or purchasing a jam or purchasing a egg, it may purchase another item also which is matching to that thing. So this is very, you can say, important concept of the probability. That what is the probability that if this event has occurred. So in the terms of probability, the different items are stacked and organized in big malls. So you will see. So they organize all the items on the basis of the probability of each other. So have you understood the concept? So just let me ask. Aanchal Mahajan,
Yes, sir.
have you understood what is I'm talking about? What I'm talking about today?
Yes, sir.
Can you repeat in short? Summarize it.
सर जैसे हमारे पास कंडीशनल और अनकंडीशनल
Why don't you talk in English itself? Just right.
okay sir. So like we have conditional and unconditional probability.
Okay.
Uh, sorry sir, I'm weak in explaining.
What is our topic today? We are studying which topic today?
We are studying uncertainty.
Uncertainty. So you may start with the uncertainty.
Okay. सर जैसे हमारी लाइफ आपने जैसे बोला था कि सॉरी इंग्लिश like our life is always being uncertain. You told before we deal uncertainty with probability, which is a mathematical.
It is the
chapter.
one of the way of dealing with the uncertainty. Probability is one of the method or
Yes.
technique to deal with the uncertainty. There are many methods also.
Yes, sir. Probability is one of the methods, and we are also studying Bayes' theorem in this.
Okay. Anybody else who would like to describe or summarize what we have done up till now? Anybody else? You have to listen very properly, because after the within the lecture, I will also go through the polls. So your response in a poll will be, you can say, calculated, and you will get the marks accordingly internally also. Your internal marks are also dependent on how you attempt your polls. So if you listen properly, you understand properly, then only you can handle the poll and give the correct answer. So anybody else who would describe or summarize what we have done up till now? We have done up to 20 minutes of talk up till now. Nobody in a class? You are in a final semester. Yes, I got Arpan has raised the hand. Very good. Yes, Arpan.
First of all, today's topic is uncertainty, where we are not sure about the predicates. We need uncertain reasoning or probabilistic reasonings. So you told us that to solve uncertainty, there is one method, which is probability. And in that, we will learn about Bayes' theorem, which is
Okay.
conditional probability, which comes under conditional probability.
Okay. So anybody from you know what is, you know the equation of the Bayes theorem? Anybody from you? Have you ever heard? Anybody from you have ever heard about the Bayes theorem? Okay, I think none of you. So let's see what is the Bayes theorem. Basically, what is the equation for the Bayes theorem? So just see, this is Bayes theorem. PA over B is equal to PB over A dot PA over PB. Now, what is PA over B? It is suppose what is PA? PA is probability of occurrence of event A. PB is probability of occurrence of event B. Means, and what is PA over B? PA over B is probability of occurrence of event A if B has already occurred. If B has already occurred, that the probability of occurrence of event A if event B has already occurred. PB over A is probability of occurrence of event B if event A has already occurred. And what is PA and PB individually? Means occurrence, what is the probability of occurrence of event A? What is the probability of occurrence of event B? So this is the equation for the Bayes theorem. And you can see it involves the conditional probability. When, what is the probability of A when B has already occurred? So this is the basically the Bayes theorem. So now I will share a short my presentation about the Bayes theorem. It will be only for 5 to 10 minutes, 5 minutes presentation. What we have done up till now about the conditional probability, and so then after that, after this, you can say my sharing of the screen. Then we will go to the next topic of next method of dealing with the uncertainty. So first of all, let me complete the Bayes theorem and I will share the screen with you. Yes, anybody wants to ask any question till now? Now let me share the screen. Can you all view? Yes, Aanchal, can you view the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what is written there?
Bayes rule.
Very good. So we start with the probability. What is probability? Probability is the measure of likelihood that an event will occur. Means what are the chances of occurrence of a event? So probability is quantified as a number between 0 and 1, where 0 indicates impossibility and 1 indicates certainty. So very easy explanation up till now. An example is the toss of a fair unbiased coin. Since the two outcomes are equally probable, the probability of heads equals the probability of tails. So the probability is 1 over 2 because and or 50% chance of either heads or tail. So this you know, very easy thing of explanation. Next is what is conditional probability? A conditional probability measures the probability of an event given that by assumption or presumption, assertion or evidence, another event has occurred. So what are the chances of occurrence of event was one event if another event has already occurred? So if the event of interest is A and the event B is known or assumed to have occurred, the conditional probability of A given B or the probability of A under the condition B is usually written as PA over B. So when to apply the Bayes theorem, where we apply the Bayes theorem, it is a part of the challenge in applying the Bayes theorem involves we have to recognize the problems where the Bayes theorem can be applied. So it should be within the sample space there exists an event B for which probability of occurrence of B is greater than 0. So if B occurs, then there is we see what is the probability of A to occur if B has already occurred. So does God, how Bayes, you can say Thomas Bayes dealt with this or came to this thing of the probability and all, or how the theorem came into existence. So there is a history. So based on this question, does God really exist? So being interested in mathematics, he attempted to develop a formula to arrive at the probability that God does exist, and it based on the evidence that was available to him on the earth. So later Laplace also did a work on Bayes' work, and Laplace gave it the name as Bayes' theorem. So this is the whole theorem, or you can say equation. You can go through this, which I have already written on a board also. So Bayes' theorem is a method of revising a probability given that additional information is obtained. So if you obtain additional information that yes, A has already occurred, B has already occurred, then you can see other event to occur. Here A and B are the events. PA tells the probability of occurrence of A and probability of occurrence B are the probabilities of A and B without regard to each other. P over B is a conditional probability, is the probability of observing event A given that B. So they are standalone individual, but it is dependent or the conditional. This is unconditional and this is conditional. So unconditional, the initial probability based on present level of suppose PA and PB, they are known as the prior probability, and PA over B is known as the posterior probability. So this is the simple example of Bayes rule. So you just see the problem, then we will see how it is solved. It is a problem on the probability. I have already posted this slide of presentation in your WhatsApp group also. You can go through there also. So you can go through this problem and you may try yourself how to solve this problem, but I have solved for you. So what is basically the problem? Mary is getting married tomorrow at an outdoor ceremony in the desert. In recent year, it has rained only 5 days each year. Unfortunately, the weatherman has predicted rain for tomorrow. When it actually rains, the weatherman corrects forecast rain 90% of the time. When it doesn't rain, he incorrectly forecasts rain 10% of the time. So what is the probability that it will rain on the day of Mary's wedding? So there are two events. The sample space defined by the two mutually exclusive events. It rains or it does not rain. Additionally, a third event occurs when the weatherman predicts the rain. So event A1 is it rains on Mary's wedding. A2 is it does not rain on Mary's wedding. And event B is the weatherman predicts the rain. So how it is solved through the formula you can see. So what is the chances of occurrence of rain? PA1, it is 5 days out of 365 days. And PA2 means what is the chances of occurrence of no rain does not occur? It is 360 days. So what is PB over A1? It is 0.9. PB over A2 is 0.1. So it is when it rains, the waterman predicts the rain. So prediction is 90% true. So on the basis of this thing and applying the Bayes theorem, the overall probability of A1 if B is already occurred is 0.11. Putting the values in this. So you can get the similar examples on the basis of the probability and solving the Bayes theorem. So this was about the Bayes theorem. Anybody have any doubt, please ask me. Up till now, what we have done, if anybody has any doubt, please ask me. Payal Gupta, you unmute yourself. Payal Gupta, please unmute yourself. So you are not present in a class, just joined. Imamuddin, you unmute yourself.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Imamuddin, what you have understood up till now? What is the formula for Bayes theorem? Bayes law. क्या formula?
Formula, sir. P A over B
Hmm?
is equal to PA PB.
So all of you write the formula in your copies, and I will ask somebody to share the video. All of you write the Bayes formula in your copies. Be fast. I am giving you 1 minute. Write down the formula. Then I will ask someone of you to show the formula through video. Yes, Kunal, you unmute yourself and show me. Kunal, unmute yourself and show me what you have written in your copy. So Kunal is also absent, Payal is also absent. So I'm just going to note their name. Yes, Gurpreet Kaur. Gurpreet, unmute yourself and show your video. Share your screen, show your screen. I have given you the permission to unmute and show your screen. Gurpreet Kaur. Yes. Amritpal, you unmute yourself and show me your copy on the screen.
सर कैसे करते हैं?
बेटा आपको 2 सेमेस्टर 2 साल होने वाले हैं, आपको साल एक पिछले साल भी चलता था।
हाँ लग के लग Is it okay?
I cannot see. Let me see. हाँ दिखाओ. Yes, this is okay now. Okay. Okay. So just we will just wait. So students, we have done the one topic of dealing with the uncertainty, one technique, that is the probability. So there is another concept of for dealing with the uncertainty, and that is known as fuzzy logic. So this is through fuzzy logic also we can deal with the certain type of uncertainty. So what is this fuzzy logic? So to know that, we must understand what is the meaning of the word fuzzy. So anybody have heard about this word fuzzy earlier? Yes or no? If anybody have heard, please raise your hand. Anybody from you, the whole class, have heard the word fuzzy? If yes, then he or she may raise the hand. So it means it is a new topic for all of you, that what does this word fuzzy means. So just understand what does this word fuzzy means. Fuzzy means uncertain, vague, which is if something is very vague or something is very uncertain or not clear, not understandable. So these are the certain, you can say, terms which defines the meaning of the word fuzzy. So anything which is uncertain, unclear, not clear or vague, that is known as fuzzy. And how to deal with this type of things which is uncertain, not clear, vague, we have got the fuzzy logic. So just understand, and fuzzy logic gives rise to one theory which is known as fuzzy set theory. Very important concept of fuzzy. So that is fuzzy set theory. You have done the set theory. You have done the one set theory you have already done in your 9th or 10th standard. And the chapter in mathematics was the set theory. So have you done set theory? Yes or no? Anybody can raise the hand. Kunal, have you done the set theory in 9th or 10th standard? If yes, raise your hand. Dipinder, have you done set theory? Dipinder Singh, you raise your hand if you have done the set theory. Manbeen, Akash, Mahima, Maninder. Yes, Mahima, have you done the set theory? Yes, Mahima, have you done
Yes,
set
sir.
theory?
Yes, sir.
I cannot get your voice.
Um,
महिमा
Yes,
आपने
sir.
सेट थ्योरी की हुई है?
Yes, sir.
ये ना सबने, तो this is
सबने
the
की हुई है.
okay.
Yes, sir.
So what that set theory is? That theory is basically, it is known as the classical set theory. That set theory is known as classical set theory that you have already done. So another name for that theory is also known as crisp set. That classical set is also known as crisp set. CRISP. Now, why this name is given to that set, crisp set? Because here every element of the set, suppose I say there is a set of prime numbers or even numbers. We have the set of even numbers, then 2, 4, 6, 8. So these become the elements of that set. So 2 is a member of set even. So here if I have set suppose universe 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, then it will be the certain 2, yes, 2 can be the member, 3, no, 3 cannot be the member, 4, yes, 4 can be the member. So there is something that yes, it can be member, or no, it cannot be member. It is clear, crisp, that yes, this element can become the member of a set or cannot become the member of set. There is no doubt. So if we see in the terms of probability, so 2 is having the probability of 1 of becoming a member of even set. 3, it is having the probability of 0 because it could not become the member of even set. So out of these all elements, all are having either the probability of 0 or the probability of 1 of becoming a member of even or even set or not. So here, therefore, it is known as crisp set. We have the crisp value of probability. Either it is the probability 0 or the probability 1 that this element can become a member of a particular set or not. Now, there are certain words like tall, fair, intelligent. So these are certain words which are very vague in nature, and there is, you can say, not the full probability. If I say a person is tall, so this tall, that person's one attribute tall could not have the probability of 1, full probability of tall, or probability of 0. It will be having a probability of between 0 and 1. Suppose we make a one set tall and there are many students among you. आप में से बहुत सारे student हैं. Student A, B, C, like Dipinder, Mahima, Kunal, कुंदन, ठीक है, ये सभी स्टूडेंट है. अब इसमें से दीपिंदर टॉल वाले सेट में आएगा कि नहीं आएगा, बिकॉज दीपिंदर की कुछ तो हाइट है, और दीपिंदर कैन बी मेंबर. महिमा can also be a member. Kunal can also be a member. Kundan can also be. Means you all can be member of the set tall. But now the question is, when we compare these things, now who is the tallest? सबसे tall कौन है आपकी क्लास में? जो सबसे tall है वो भी इसमें member होगा. But here all will not have the same probability of that being tall. किसी की probability of being tall कम है, किसी की probability of being tall ज्यादा है. जो सबसे बड़ा है आपकी क्लास में, जो सबसे बड़ा है लेंथ हाइट, तो उसकी हम probability 1 मान लेंगे. सपोज उसकी हाइट 180 सेंटीमीटर है, और जो सबसे छोटा है सपोज वो 130 सेंटीमीटर है, तो उसकी प्रोबेबिलिटी हम 0.1 मान लेंगे। यहाँ 129 को हम मान लेते हैं 0, तो सपोज तो 0 सेंटीमीटर को हम मान लेते हैं 0। तो नाउ योर होल प्रोबेबिलिटी डिवीजन ऑफ 0 to 1 इज डिपेंडेंट अपॉन 0 to 180 सेंटीमीटर। तो जिसकी हाइट 180 सेंटीमीटर है उसकी प्रोबेबिलिटी 1 हो जाएगी, और जिसकी हाइट 0 सेंटीमीटर है उसकी प्रोबेबिलिटी 0 हो जाएगी। इन बिटवीन जिसकी हाइट 130 है, 140 है, 170 है, तो 170 सेंटीमीटर जिसकी हाइट है उसकी प्रोबेबिलिटी 9 हो जाएगी, 0.9। 140 की हो जाएगी 0.8 एंड सो। नाउ ऐसे टॉल है, फेयर है, इंटेलिजेंट, कौन कितना इंटेलिजेंट है उसके मास के थ्रू आप दिखते हो। फेयर कितना गोरा है तो उसकी कलर के थ्रू, स्किन के थ्रू दिखते हो। So just see, there was one set even, तो वहां पे एलिमेंट कैन बी प्योरली विद द प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ 1 और प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ 0। कि जो 2 है इसकी पूरी प्रोबेबिलिटी 1 है कि वो इवन का मेंबर है, और एनी नंबर 3 इसकी प्रोबेबिलिटी 0 है कि वो इवन सेट का मेंबर होगा। बट जैसे टॉल आ गया तो ये सब इसमें आ जाएंगे, तो इसमें हमें कुछ क्लैरिटी नहीं है कि उसकी प्रोबेबिलिटी क्या है। सो इन सर्टेन केस जहाँ पे हमें पूरा क्लैरिटी नहीं होता, जिसको हम प्रॉपरली 1 और 0 की प्रोबेबिलिटी, या 1 या 0 नहीं, उनके बीच में सबकी प्रोबेबिलिटी है, जिसमें हमें क्लियर नहीं है कि कितना है, दैट ऑल थिंग्स आर डेल्ट विद द हेल्प ऑफ फजी लॉजिक। नाउ सपोज on circle there is point A, there is point B, clear? I have one crisp set inside circle and one crisp set outside circle. Yes. Which point has the probability और chances inside circle set का member बनने में? I will ask one of the student to raise the hand. Maninder Singh, unmute yourself. Maninder Singh. Maninder.
Yes, sir.
हाँ Maninder, इसमें से there is one point A and one point B. According to your classical set theory, which can become a member of inside circle, A or B?
Sir, A.
A. B बन सकता है इसका मेंबर?
No, sir.
नहीं। और आउटसाइड द सर्कल में?
Sir, B.
B. क्लियर?
Yes, sir.
पॉइंट C कहाँ जाएगा?
Sir, outside में.
क्यों? पॉइंट C कहाँ पे है?
Sir, in the line.
तो ऑन द सर्कल हुआ वो।
But sir, maybe in both.
ऑन द सर्कल है ना?
Yes, sir.
तो ना वो इनसाइड में है ना आउटसाइड।
Outside.
तो जो C है ना इसका मेंबर बन सकता है ना, इसका
Okay,
मेंबर
okay.
बन सकता है।
Yes, sir.
तो हम C को क्या बोलेंगे? इज इट अ मेंबर ऑफ इन सर्कल? नो।
No.
इज इट अ मेंबर ऑफ आउट सर्कल?
No.
No. So your classical set theory does not include, अगर हम एक स्टडी कर रहे हैं कि इसका मैग्नेटिक फील्ड कितना है ना, इसका मैग्नेटिक फील्ड कितना है, इसका मैग्नेटिक फील्ड कितना है इनसाइड द सर्कल में या आउटसाइड द सर्कल में, तो ये जो सी पॉइंट है वो किसी में नहीं आएगा। यस और नो?
Yes, sir.
क्लासिकल सेट थ्योरी इसको एडजस्ट नहीं कर सकती है, बट वी विल सी कि फजी सेट थ्योरी में हम पॉइंट सी को कंसीडर कर सकते हैं। क्लियर?
Yes, sir.
अब फजी सेट थ्योरी में कैसा, व्हाट इज फजी सेट? फजी सेट में क्या कैसे बनते हैं? फजी सेट में हम एक एलिमेंट का नाम लिखते हैं प्लस उसकी डिग्री लिखते हैं, डिग्री ऑफ पार्टिसिपेशन। फिर सेकंड एलिमेंट उसकी डिग्री ऑफ पार्टिसिपेशन, फिर थर्ड एलिमेंट उसकी डिग्री ऑफ। So this is the way to represent the fuzzy set theory. In fuzzy set theory, in simple set theory, you only represent whether it is a member or not. Yes, A is a member. Which element? But in fuzzy set theory, what happens? You name the element as well as its degree of participation in this particular set. In this particular set. Clear हो गया बेटा? I will tell you example. Give example. Same example हम लेते हैं अब. I make an example in circle, but it is a fuzzy in circle. Now I am making set fuzzy in circle. Clear? I am making a set fuzzy in circle. So here A is a member. A बिल्कुल center में है. One of you join with me. Kundan is there? Kundan, raise your hand. Kundan is not there. Namrata Preet. Namrata
Yes,
Preet.
sir.
You
Yes,
join
sir.
with me in this discussion. ठीक है?
Okay,
हम एक
sir.
सेट बनाते हैं fuzzy in circle. Clear?
Yes, sir.
This
Yes,
is
sir.
point A, right in the
Yes.
center of a circle. So
Yes,
can it
sir.
be member of this set A? Fuzzy in circle set का नाम है. तो A point इस set का member बन सकता है. Can it be member of fuzzy in circle set?
Sir, but इसकी
A
degree.
yes or no?
Yes, sir.
हाँ, ये A बन सकता है और ये बिल्कुल सेंटर में है, तो इसकी डिग्री ऑफ मेंबरशिप क्या आ जाएगी? 1.
1.
क्लियर?
Yes, sir.
D,
Yes, sir.
ये थोड़ा दूर है, इसकी डिग्री ऑफ मेंबरशिप मान लेते 0.3. ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
C बन सकता है,
Yes, sir.
इसकी डिग्री ऑफ मेंबरशिप क्या हो जाएगी? 0.05 या
Yes, sir.
0.1 मान लेते हैं.
0.5.
ठीक है?
Okay.
D, B बन सकता है
Yes, sir. With degree 0.
विद डिग्री 0.
0.
क्लियर?
Yes,
Now
sir.
see what is difference in fuzzy and in classical. क्लासिकल सेट थ्योरी में अगर हम फजी इन सर्कल सेट बनाते हैं तो उसमें सिर्फ ए या डी बनते हैं. क्या बनते हैं? अगर हम क्लासिकल सेट थ्योरी में इन सर्कल बनाते, क्लासिकल सेट थ्योरी में, तो उसका मेंबर बनना था ए और डी, और उन दोनों की प्रोबेबिलिटी क्या होनी थी? डिग्री ऑफ मेंबरशिप क्या होनी थी? 1. क्या होनी थी? 1. क्लियर? बट यहाँ पे आप देखो क्लासिकल सेट थ्योरी ए और डी दोनों को मेंबर बना देता है इन सर्कल का और दोनों की डिग्री 1 देता है. बट असल में ऐसा नहीं है, ए ज्यादा अंदर है और डी थोड़ा कम अंदर है. तो क्लासिकल सेट थ्योरी में ये कमी है. क्लासिकल सेट थ्योरी कैन नॉट रिप्रेजेंट ऑल द स्पेस, सैंपल स्पेस, बट फजी सेट थ्योरी कैन रिप्रेजेंट ऑल द सैंपल स्पेस. व्हाई? बिकॉज इट not only include the member as an element, but its degree of participation also, degree of measure, degree of membership. So therefore, fuzzy set theory is very important and very powerful. So fuzzy means which is uncertain. हमें पता नहीं है, अब हमें पता नहीं वो है कि नहीं. बट फजी सेट थ्योरी, फजी लॉजिक क्या करता है? जहां पे पता नहीं है उसको इंक्लूड कर लेता है विद द डिग्री ऑफ मेंबरशिप, with the degree of membership. But the classical set theory और क्रिस्प सेट थ्योरी वो तो यहाँ तो बिल्कुल yes होगा या बिल्कुल no, with the probability of 0 और 1. या तो डिग्री ऑफ मेंबरशिप 1 होगी या बिल्कुल 0. तो अगर हम क्लासिकल इन सर्कल सेट बनाते तो हमारे सिर्फ 2 ही मेंबर होने थे, ए और डी। तो हम बी और सी को छोड़ सकते, तो वो अनकैपेबल है, नॉट कैपेबल ऑफ इंक्लूडिंग बी एंड सी, बट फजी सेट थ्योरी इज कैपेबल। दिस इज द पावर ऑफ फजी लॉजिक और द फजी सेट थ्योरी। जहाँ पे अनसर्टेनिटी आ गई कि सी मेंबर है कि नहीं, बी मेंबर है कि नहीं, उस अनसर्टेनिटी को सॉल्व कर दिया। उसने बोल दिया हाँ जी डी भी मेंबर है विद मेंबरशिप 0.3, बी भी मेंबर है विद मेंबरशिप 0, मींस है ही नहीं। क्लियर? तो दिस इज द वे ऑफ फजी लॉजिक, वे ऑफ डीलिंग द अनसर्टेनिटी लॉस। क्लासिकल सेट थ्योरी में अनसर्टेन ही था कि सी मेंबर है कि नहीं, बी का तो क्लियर है, डी और ए का भी क्लियर है, बट सी है कि नहीं अनक्लियर था इन क्लासिकल सेट थ्योरी। तो जी थोड़ा पॉइंट अंदर है, थोड़ा पॉइंट बाहर है, तो ये ऐसा। तो यहाँ पे अगर हम फजी आउट सर्कल बनाएंगे, अगर इसी सेट का फजी आउट सर्कल बनाते हैं, नम्रता नम्रता
Yes, sir.
अब हम सेट बना रहे हैं फजी आउट सर्कल।
Yes, sir.
बी मेंबर है,
B is a member.
डिग्री क्या होगी?
0.
बी
Or
बी
1,
आउट
1,
सर्कल
1. Degree
बी
1.
क्या 1 हो जाएगी,
Yes, sir.
ठीक है। सी,
Yes, sir.
अच्छा ए है मेंबर,
Sir, A with degree 0.
0, वेरी गुड। डी है
Yes, sir.
कितना डिग्री?
0.
7,
Yes,
बाहर की
sir.
बिल्कुल पास ही है।
हाँ जी।
और सी
C I think same degree जो पिछले में ली थी
0.9 या 0.8,
Oh, yes, sir.
बाहर के पास है ना, बाहर के पास।
हाँ जी, हाँ जी।
देखो बिल्कुल डीप अंदर तो ये है ना, ये 0 है, ये बिल्कुल
Yes,
सेंटर
sir.
में है।
Yes, sir.
तो ये बाहर से सबसे दूर सेंटर वाला है, तो इसकी डिग्री
Yes, sir.
0 है।
0.
तो सी तो इसके बाहर की बहुत पास है ना।
Yes, sir. 0.8 or 9.
क्लियर? तो जी थोड़ा
Yes,
सा
sir.
इधर आ जाए, ठीक है, तो 1 में आ
Yes.
जाएगा वो। क्लियर?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
देखो अब ये जो यहाँ पे फजी आउट सर्कल बनाया तब भी सभी पॉइंट्स आ गए, फजी इन सर्कल बनाया तब भी सारे पॉइंट्स आ गए।
Yes, sir.
तो आपकी क्लासिकल सेट थ्योरी फजी आउट सर्कल में किसको किसको छोड़ जाती? डी सी ए सबको छोड़ देती,
Yes, sir.
सिर्फ बी को डिस्क्राइब कर सकते। योर क्लासिकल सेट थ्योरी वाज अनसर्टेन अबाउट द सी एंड
Yes,
सर्टेन
sir.
अबाउट डी और 0। डी और ए तो पक्का ही नहीं है,
D or yes, sir.
अनसर्टेनिटी थी। तो अगर हमने कुछ स्टडी करनी होती जहाँ पे हमारे पास जितनी अनसर्टेनिटी रहेगी वो स्टडी का रिजल्ट अच्छा आएगा कि खराब आएगा?
Sir, खराब अगर इसमें सभी
खराब आएगा।
yes.
वी आर
Yes,
डूइंग
sir.
सम रिसर्च, उसमें कई पॉइंट्स हैं एंड वी आर
Yes.
अनसर्टेन अबाउट मेनी पॉइंट्स, देन आवर
Yes,
रिसर्च इज आउटपुट और रिजल्ट इज वेरी
not sure.
नॉट श्योर।
Yes, sir.
So earlier we were only dealing with the help of classical set theory, but now we have the fuzzy set theory or fuzzy
Fuzzy
logic.
set theory.
So what is fuzzy? Fuzzy means uncertain, and fuzzy logic or fuzzy set theory gives you the power of dealing with that particular uncertainty.
Uncertain.
There are certain words जैसे intelligent, हम नहीं बता सकते कि कितना इंटेलिजेंट है, किसी को हम नहीं बोल सकते कि उसकी डिग्री ऑफ मेंबरशिप 1 है, वी कैन से 0.9 है, कि ये ज्यादा इंटेलिजेंट है तो ये 0.9 है, ये कम इंटेलिजेंट है। बट ये ज्यादा और कम वाला कंसेप्ट वाज नॉट देयर इन अ क्लासिकल सेट
theory.
क्लियर? बट रियल लाइफ में
Yes,
हम
sir.
बोलते हैं ये उससे ज्यादा होशियार है, बोलते हैं कि नहीं?
Yes, sir.
So fuzzy set theory is more near to the real life, and we have to make the machine AI machine. तो AI machine हमने बनानी जो ह्यूमन की तरह बिहेव करे, और ह्यूमन अपनी नेचुरल लाइफ में इससे बिहेव करता है कि ये ज्यादा होशियार है और ये कम होशियार है, ये ज्यादा
Yes, sir.
लंबा है ये कम लंबा है, ठीक है। तो हम ऐसे डील इन ह्यूमन लाइफ वी डील विद दिस थ्योरी, इसलिए फजी थ्योरी हम पढ़ रहे हैं, और अगर हमने एआई मशीन बनानी है तो उसमें फजी थ्योरी का कंसेप्ट डालना पड़ेगा।
Yes, sir.
Clear? Now everybody
Yes.
understand why we are studying this chapter fuzzy logic? क्योंकि ह्यूमन की तरह हमने काम कर, और ह्यूमन अपनी रियल लाइफ में बोलता है कि ज्यादा गोरा है, ये कम गोरा है, ये उससे ज्यादा गोरा है। क्लियर? तो
Yes, sir.
human deals with the degree of membership. So fuzzy help you to deal with the degree of membership, but the crisp set theory does not help you. वो सीधा बोलेगा हाँ भाई यहाँ तो गोरा है, यहाँ नहीं।
Yes, sir.
और कई बार वो गोरे को भी काला कर देगा, एक ज्यादा गोरा है, कम गोरा है, तो कम गोरे को वो क्या बोलेगा, नहीं है गोरा। क्लियर?
Yes, sir.
बट वो गोरा है, बट उससे कम है। क्लियर? एनी डाउट? So this is the whole theory about the fuzzy. Now I'm going to share you with my notes of the fuzzy theory. I will be little bit very fast with you. तो थोड़ा मैं तेज भी रहूंगा, थोड़ा जहाँ पे स्लो होना है I will slow, so that we complete what is fuzzy set theory today itself. Now I'm going to share the screen. So fuzzy set theory, the word fuzzy means vagueness, which is not clear, which is not clear. Fuzzy logic was introduced by Lofty AZA in 1965. Classical set theory allows the membership of the elements in the set in binary terms. Binary terms means either yes or not. Either an element belongs to set or does not belong to set. But the fuzzy set theory permits the gradual assessment of the membership of the element in a set, described with the aid of membership function valued in the real unit of 0 and 1. तो डिग्री ऑफ मेंबरशिप आता है, और वो डिग्री ऑफ मेंबरशिप हम कहाँ से कैलकुलेट करते हैं? विद द हेल्प ऑफ देयर इज अ वन फंक्शन व्हिच इज नोन एज मेंबरशिप फंक्शन। वो डिग्री ऑफ मेंबरशिप हर एक एलिमेंट को देता है। सम एग्जांपल ऑफ फजी वर्ड्स आर लाइक यंग, टॉल, गुड, हाई। क्लियर? So fuzzy means the thing which is vague, imprecise, uncertain, ambiguous, inexact, or the things which is probabilistic in nature. So there is associated some probability. If the probability is 1 or probability of 0 or in between. But the real set theory or classical set theory, it dealt with only two values, either the probability of 0 or probability of 1. But in between, all the values were neglected in a classical set theory, but they are considered in a fuzzy set theory. So fuzzy theory, set theory is an extension of our classical set theory where elements have degrees of membership. So this is classical set theory. So this is membership. An element can have a membership type represented at this. So membership can be either 1 or 0. If X is the element of any set X, then its degree of membership will be 1, otherwise it will be 0. But in fuzzy set theory, what happens, how to represent? I will just show you the representation. Come to here. Crisp and non-crisp set. As said before, in classical set theory, the characteristic function this or membership function has only two values, 0 or 1. But in fuzzy set theory or non-crisp set theory, this membership function has got value between 0 and 1. Such non-crisp sets are called the fuzzy sets. Just see example. So suppose इन क्लासिकल सेट थ्योरी हमने बोला कि जिसकी हाइट 1.8 मीटर है वो टॉल में माना जाएगा। तो अगर किसी की 1.7999 भी है, that will be considered not tall in क्रिस्प सेट थ्योरी। अगर हमने बोला कि 1.8 ये हाइट है, जिसकी हाइट कम से कम 1.8 है तो वो टॉल माना जाएगा। तो अगर if any person is having height 1.799, it will not be considered tall. but in fuzzy set theory, just see, there is a gradual degradation. तो 1.79, 1.75, 1.6 सबको टॉल का मेंबर माना जाएगा, क्योंकि ग्रेजुअल शिफ्ट है। ये देखो ग्रेजुअल, नॉट टॉल से टॉल आने में, क्लियर, ये नॉट टॉल से टॉल आने में। तो 1.79 यहाँ पे टॉल नहीं माना जाएगा, बट फजी में उसको टॉल माना जाएगा। So set of prime number, it is totally a crisp set. कि either it will be a member of prime set or it will not be the prime number. तो यहाँ पे हमें कोई डाउट नहीं है कि 1, 2, 3, 4 ये पूरा आपके पास ये यूनिवर्सल स्पेस है। इसमें से प्राइम कौन सा है हमें क्लियर कट है कि 2, 3, 5, 6, 7 और 11 प्राइम है और बाकी प्राइम नहीं, ये क्लियर कट है। So definition of a fuzzy set A defined in universal space X is a function defined in X which assumes value in the range 0 और 1. तो fuzzy set को कैसे बताते हैं, ये सेट है A, जैसे ही मैंने पहले बताया ये उसके एलिमेंट है, X is the element and what is the degree of membership of X? What is the degree of membership of X in this set A? तो देखो ऐसे बताया गया, एक सेट स्मॉल बनाया, पहला एलिमेंट 1 है, 1 की डिग्री ऑफ मेंबरशिप क्या 1, दूसरा एलिमेंट 2 है, उसकी डिग्री ऑफ मेंबरशिप क्या 1। तो इसने एक यूनिवर्सल स्पेस लिया, कहता सेट स्मॉल में सभी वो नंबर है विच हैव द जिनकी वैल्यू 12 से कम है, 12 या 12 से कम है। तो 0 से लेके 12 तक सभी मेंबर बन सकते हैं यूनिवर्सल सेट। अब इसमें 1 की वैल्यू 1 है क्योंकि 1 बहुत स्मॉल है, इसने नेचुरल नंबर लिया, सो इट विल बी बिटवीन 1 to 12, 1 to 12। तो 1 सेट स्मॉल में तो 1 सबसे स्मॉल है, इस डिग्री ऑफ मेंबरशिप विल बी 1। 2 भी स्मॉल में ही आ जाएगा, उसकी भी 1 है। 3 की 0.9, 4 की 0.6, 5 की 0.4, 6 की 0.3, 7 की 0.2। जैसे जैसे हम नंबर बड़ा करते गए उसकी डिग्री ऑफ मेंबरशिप कम होती है। सो दिस इज द वे हाउ द फजी सेट इज रिप्रेजेंटेड। चलो जी, लाइट गई।